real fast, shout out to Joe Goodberry on Twitter for posting this, but this kind of is an interesting situation. So, Joe Goodberry posted this on Twitter. It's how the Bengals are currently slicing up the 2024 cap pizza. And the first comment here is, comment here is actually a great comment from my man's right here. 42% of the cap is allocated for the trenches. You can make the argument each unit is near the bottom or at the bottom of the AFC North. And yeah, this is what happens when you spend a lot of money in free agency and you try to fix your offensive line in free agency. Is that if it doesn't work out, you're sitting there with a 17.64% of your cap space on an offensive line that might just not be working out, right? And if you don't hit on your draft picks, well, you're spending a lot of money on pretty much nothing. Now, obviously, Cordell Volson, we got through the draft. We also got Jonah Williams. He's gone now, but we got him through the draft as well. Capo, we spent money to go get him. We spent money to get Teddy K. We spent money to get Orlando Brown. And we spent money to get Trent Brown. Now, I think this year we're going to have a lot better offensive line. But this is why, and Joe says here, and it's very true, why a lot of people are like, oh, so it's not guaranteed we're going to take an offensive tackle in the first 2 rounds or offensive line. Yeah, it pretty much is. It's offensive line and defensive line. And a lot of the reasons why we're going to take those, and it's guaranteed we're going to take those positions, is because of the fact that how much we're spending on those positions right now and how much they're eating up the salary cap. We need a really good rookie contract for one of those positions, either the offense or the defensive lines. We need someone to hit big, and Myles Murphy not having the best year last year, he had a decent year, but not unless he has a great sophomore year, that's going to really hurt us, right? Because we need him to take off. We need whoever we draft in the first, second round this year to take off. Jordan Battle taking off was absolutely humongous. There's a reason why we're only spending 4.77% on a safety position for our squad. You know, DJ Turner needs to take another step forward too. Because that's 5% of our salary cap eaten up by cornerbacks. And every single player in the draft that hits and aren't costing, or that hits and actually starts playing good and becomes starters, that's less cap you're taking up than having to go to free agency and getting somebody else, right? We had to get Sheldon Rankins this offseason. That's a huge cap right there. We had to get Trent Brown. Huge part of the cap. Surprisingly enough, his contract didn't cost that much, but that's part of the biggest part of the cap that we're spending, right? We got Mike, 3.21% of the cap we're spending. Okay, we got Zach Moss, but we'll also save money by getting rid of Joe Mixon. That's cap we're saving, and technically got a new asset, right? And an 8.86% unused. This is why, again, I want to keep T. Higgins. I do. I want to get the Chase contract done. Obviously, they're both probably gonna wait technically until Jay Jettis gets his contract. But this is why we have to start hitting on these draft picks, right? And last year, again, first round, meh. Second round, DJ Turner had really good games last year. Wasn't perfect, but he had to really step in a role and become a starter right away, which isn't always the easiest thing for, a rookie to do, especially a second round pick. But it is what it is. He'll get better his next year. Jordan Battle, absolute home run. Fourth round, Chuck Sizzle. We never really utilized him on offense. He was supposed to be a slot receiver to replace Tyler Boyd. Never really got there. That's a meh. Fifth round, Chase Brown. That's actually rhymes. We need him to really take a step forward this upcoming season so that this 2.33% can remain 2.33%. And then, of course, our second fifth round pick, Brad Robbins, which right now is spending 1.15, which you would love to spend that much on a kicker and punter. But the problem is, if Brad Robbins doesn't pan out, we might have to go to free agency to get somebody else, which that's going to cost a lot. And then sixth round, Yoshi. Okay, that was actually a pretty damn good investment. 14.18%. That's part of it, which again, he'll be cheap for the next couple years. And then obviously our last guy is Poison Ivy, which Didn't get much play time last year, played some special teams, but it is what it is. He's a 7th round pick. He's part of that cornerback class. So again, this year, we need to hit on this upcoming draft. Because some of these numbers we have to get down, right? And again, you get a franchise right tackle. Okay, Trent Brown, he's only going to be here for 1 year. It's whatever. He's your franchise moving forward. You get a guard to fix the problem with, Cordell Volson. Maybe you get a guard who ends up becoming Kappa's replacement, right? Again, wishful thinking, right? But at the end of the day, you get those positions. Now you don't have to pay Volson down the line. You don't have to pay another contract to Kappa. You can, kind of move on from there, get cheaper, get that 4-year contract. Especially in the first round, that 5th-year option is absolutely money when it comes to, getting a contract, not having to pay the guy a lot of money, down the road, right? So these 4-year contracts are freaking amazing. But it's just, again, building in free agency will always be the death of your team. Because it just costs way too much. So, we need to start hitting on some of these draft picks. It's a lot of money spent on, again, offensive line play that isn't that good. Defensive line play that needs to get better. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one.